Hey, what's up? This is Matt with Let's Talk Music. I'm here with the ladies of Mamadrama, a band based in New
Woo!
Jersey. So, how are we doing this evening, ladies?
We're good.
All right. So, as I said, if you could introduce yourselves and your role in the band.
Hi, I'm Carrie Bellog, lead guitar.
I'm Beth Herbrook, lead rodeo clown, lead singer.
Lauren Riley, rhythm guitar.
I'm Renee Dorsky and I play bass.
And I'm Kim Grigoli and I play the keys.
All right. Do we have a drummer?
Yeah, he took off. He took off.
Ah,
Those
okay.
drummers.
Yeah, so y'all formed in 2015, and just give me some background. Like, how did do you guys know each other from way back, or did you just kind of meet? How did the band form?
So I'll give the short version of it. So we actually were at a music school in Asbury Park, and our kids were taking music lessons. And I knew Renee from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We lived in the same building. And at the time, we were just hanging out in the halls, and it was a joke like, oh, you guys should start a mom band. And we were like, oh, that's so funny. We missed that boat. We're moms. And they said, come next week. We do these adult sessions. Just show up and we'll find you, a drummer and a keyboardist. And so we said, all right, what can, we lose? And we showed up. It was November 18th, 2015. And we sang one song, Zombie, I think, by the Cranberries.
Yeah.
And we were hooked.
Given to us.
Yeah,
It was given to us. Just try this.
Because we all, it was like what, 3 chords, and we, played an actual song, and we were hooked and have, played ever since then. There have been a few different iterations of the band, but we eventually left the school and, started playing gigs.
And we kind of started out doing a lot of covers. And I think as soon as we kind of like found our voice and found our footing and like found our groove, we started writing our own songs and have like 7 or 8 originals now. So now we're kind of in the process of recording those and releasing them. So yeah.
And we all came from like different musical backgrounds of different, you know what I mean? So, and what brought us all, we all love music. So that's like the common, thing too. So yeah.
You kind of spoiled my next question, damn it.
Oh,
No, but that's kind of, it's odd to see, as you're saying, a bunch of moms that, get together and make a band. Cause I mean, honestly, until, Shauna brought this to my attention, I don't think that I've really ever heard it. And I mean, I heard, Easy Target, and I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. So, I mean,
and that was the most control over recording too. So that was like,
yeah,
we were happy. And now we're going in again, and we're having like
next week
each little bit more control over like what our sound wants to be. We're learning. So
yeah.
So is this your first your first actual recording, or do you have other EPs, or I mean, tell me about that.
Our first original song that we really wrote is MILF, Moms in Leather Forever, which is kind of our rallying cry, cheeky as hell. And it was a huge learning curve, right? So it was at the time, the first time that we as a band had written the lyrics and like figured out just, all the different parts and pieces together, and then getting in a studio, big learning curve. And so as we've written these other ones, I think Easy Target it felt really comfortable. Lauren, came on board about 1.5 years ago. And I think we feel like we have our footing and have a little more say about the sound that we want, kind of understand our identity and our audience a little bit more. So I think now that we're going to, head in to record our 3rd single, I feel like we have a better understanding of kind of who we are and what we want.
Total
Yeah, it's so good. We just played it 100 times. It's so good. We're pumped.
So like your kids, are they like, oh man, my mom's in a band, or are they like embarrassed?
Oh, so you have to understand the age difference.
it's kind
in
of
the
crazy how many
kids.
children we have as a whole.
So I think I'm the youngest at 4.5, which goes up to the
And I have the oldest who's 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Big
But
spread.
how many
Yes.
total do we have
With
altogether?
the drummer
10 or
11.
11
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, like if we all lived on a compound.
Yeah, we sound like we're like a Mormon commune, but we're not. We're not.
Well,
But
hey, I mean, you guys
the-
get you
No,
guys get out there and get bigger. You can use them as road crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. They are. They are.
Son all the time to like, we're like, here, can you fill this time for us?
Some of
So
them are
talented.
extremely musical. So not only are they our roadies and our grips, but they also
Up on stage and sing.
do some solos and some fill-in. Yeah. So, but to answer your question, I think it depends on the age a little bit. I think, you know, some of them want to be front and center when we perform and are super excited. And then I think some of us that have teenagers, you know, the kids
Behind more
are,
in the back.
Yeah.
we're not doing it for them. We're doing it for us.
Love it inside.
Yeah.
Like, Mom,
So
let's-
what just really kind of strikes me here is like you guys are just all laughing and smiling and all just happy, and I think that's awesome. I mean, and is it just the fact that you guys kind of get together that makes y'all happy, or is it, you know, that you get together and you play music and you're really loving what you do?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
latter.
What,
The latter.
What day is it? It's like
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
yeah.
So this is like, okay,
Yeah.
bye, like, good night. Like, it's like our escape.
Special time.
Yep. Yep.
You know, we've kind of said, or at least I've said a few times that, you know, this feels like the best, cheapest therapy. And, you know, there's, you know, kind of finding your outlet and time for yourself
Mhm.
as a mom, but not only moms. I mean, all of us here have careers, full-time careers, in addition to, you know, having kiddos. And so to carve out and make time every week, we get together every Wednesday and play gigs at least once a month is kind of our goal. It's really, I think it's a sanity saver for all of us. So I think that's why we are so happy is that, you know, not only is it fun to make a bunch of noise together, but it's not just a girls' night out. I think that there's like creative expression. I think that, you know, as we write more songs that feel relevant right now, that allow us to kind of, you know, have a voice and address things that are meaningful, whether it's funny and cheeky or political, like whatever that is. So I think it's more than just getting together. It's absolutely being able to, you know, make noise and,
Yeah,
you know, express
yourself.
ourselves.
I think
for
each
sure.
of us are so passionate about music. Like we all love music, like listen to music,
Go to
I don't know,
Go to
shows.
shows,
Like,
yeah.
we all come from somewhere, you know, I think that's what is our glue.
Yep.
Yeah, and I
Absolutely.
also have great work ethic. Because we're all, you know, we're
Yeah.
like, we have
We make
full-time
it- we
careers
make
and
it
we're also so
We make it.
dedicated. Like, we don't show up, you know, unless we really practice. Like,
Yeah.
we show up for each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we do, we work really hard. We
Yeah.
work really hard.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, how do you have time for that? You know, I mean, being a full-time mom and being a full-time career woman, and then now you're throwing in band practice, recording, playing gigs. I mean,
Yeah, why
you
not?
guys definitely got my respect. That's more than what I would want to do. I mean, heck, I got a full-time job and do this, and I got, you know, kids too. But I mean, it's just, you know, this is kind of my outlet. You know, it's to people about music. I mean, I do. Pretty much I'll do whatever's thrown my way. You know, whether it's metalcore, you know, death metal. Recently, I just did she classified herself as an indie folk singer. She's from Asbury Park.
All right.
Oh. What's
Yeah.
that?
So, you know, it was Julia Portman. Have you guys ever heard of her?
It sounds so
Yeah.
familiar.
Sounds so
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, she says she's played what is it, the one there, the Stone Pony.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun venue.
Totally.
It is.
Yep. Yep.
Right. And I mean, that's a big place for music is Asbury. I mean, and New Jersey in general. I mean, you've got a lot of musicians that came out of there. And then, so, you know, you says you guys play in New York City also. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys are kind of in that mecca for, you know, a lot of classic bands.
Yeah, I think in our next city, I think we would like to do Philly.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's so many great venues in Philly, and Asbury Park is kind of like, it still has some great venues, which so many of them closed down,
Yeah,
but you have,
yeah.
you know, some cool places.
I think we're lucky that we found each other in the area that we did, and to be, like sandwiched in between two pretty badass cities. I think New Jersey has gone through waves of, its popularity, and right now
It's
people
beyond
love
it.
coming here and playing shows, whether it's, on huge international tours in between major cities or coming out of Asbury Park in different parts of New Jersey. So I feel lucky that that we live where we do
We
and,
have a lot
have
of
access
opportunity
and
too, which is
opportunity.
great.
Absolutely. And a lot of great venues, the best bars.
We love dive bar.
The best.
I love them.
Actually, one of my favorites came out of New Jersey, Skid Row. When
We need
I
to cover some skin.
that was when I was growing up, that was my voice.
That's my high school anthem.
We need to add that in. Now we're gonna put that in heavy rotation.
There you go.
About the new singer.
What is it?
Think about the new singer
Of Skid
of
Row?
I really can't comment on that.
Okay, it's all right. It's okay.
I'm one of them guys like, okay, I give people a chance, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like Journey, always a Steve Perry fan, but Arnel Pernetta has done a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Now, if I have never been to see Journey, if Steve Perry was to come back for a reunion show, then I would pay that $5,000-6,000, whatever. I'd take a loan out to get that ticket to see that concert.
Same.
And I've seen Sebastian by himself probably 4 or 5 times. I've seen Skid Row 2 or 3 times when I was younger, and I've they've been in town and I've skipped them. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't like the new singers, but it's kind of when you get used to something like that, with that type of voice and everything, it's hard for you to grip someone else doing it. Now, Arnell, I mean, honestly, I listened to a video where they had the two side by side, and you can barely tell the difference.
Yeah.
Sebastian, it is hard to hit that man's notes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, phenomenal performer, and my thing is I don't know all the drama that went in on the band. I mean, you hear what you hear, but, there's personal reasons, and I understand that. And I don't think a reunion's ever going to happen, but again, that's another one that I would definitely be there for.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's why
That's understandable.
we built that into our name, Mamadrama. So we know that it's a part of it. So we know it. We trademarked it.
right.
A drama.
Well, and women don't, you guys don't have that problem that we have with the big egos. You know what I mean?
It knocked you down a peg, right?
Yes.
You give birth.
Right?
Like nothing. It
You're all
doesn't
a little
matter.
tired.
I think estrogen's another name for testosterone. We got plenty of it. Yeah.
No, we play nice.
Yeah.
We do sometimes.
Well, I mean, it's like, you can see it here. And I don't expect that, like, after the camera's off, you're all gonna, throw your drinks on each other, bash bottles over each other's heads. I mean, right. So you can tell when you got good chemistry with a band.
We're all gonna go home and sleep.
Yeah, we're going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I'm not far from it. Long day at work, but this. So I said, this is like my outlet for just to be able to talk to people about music, and it's really fun to do. I've never turned down a band. Like, somebody sent me, this is an invitation. Are you interested? Yes, I'm interested. I'll listen to the song. Whether I, like, oh, this is so awesome. I'm like, either way, I appreciate the creativity that the person is putting out, and that they're putting themselves out there. 9 out of 10 bands that I interview are independent labels, so they're doing everything on their own, and it's not for me to be the judge and say, well, you guys kind of suck. It's more like, I want to know what you're about and how you got into music and whatever. And, it's for me just cool to hear people from all around. Like, I just did a guy, what was it, Sunday? He was from Finland, and he was worried about the language barrier. And,
Yep.
it worked out good. I mean,
Well, I
So-
think the more that you and everyone else can support people making creative expression and art in any way, everyone certainly needs more of that in every form. So,
Yeah, thank
you know,
you.
whether you love it, whether we love it, or whether we don't, it's going to
Yeah.
resonate with somebody. And if nothing else, it gives, you know, people a creative outlet to
Exactly.
go out and express those emotions. And that
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Yeah.
Huge.
Well,
So-
and music is, I think, probably one of the biggest ways to do that. You
Yes.
know, and it's not only that you're creating music to make, you know, that you're getting out your emotions, but you can connect with other people that feel those emotions. Like, you know, you say you guys are all moms. So let's just say you sit down and you say, you know, I'm gonna write a song about how my kid just drove me nuts this summer.
Oh yeah,
We
we
saw
just
that.
did.
Right.
It
And
might be our heavy metal song. It might be the heaviest of the medalists.
right.
Yeah, major.
Stay tuned.
It's
But you know, I mean, then you're connecting with other moms out there that, you know, they're like, oh wow, this sounds like my kid, or this sounds like, you know, what I went through.
yeah.
So, I mean, that I think that's where music is the biggest expression of art. You know, if you're a painter, you can put it on the internet. Typically you have to be like huge, you know, to get your stuff in a museum or whatever, as to where you guys, you can throw up a camera, you can get a, you know, a videographer, you do your jam, have your video, and it's going to be all over YouTube, you know. And that's where the expression with music just works.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep. The accessibility is huge.
It's so much more now than it used to be. I mean, I was talking about this with another artist. I said, man, you know, 20 years ago, it had been so much harder for you guys to get off the ground, because if you was a DIY or DIY band, you wasn't getting nowhere. You had to be promoted by somebody, or, you know, on a label, or, you know, YouTube wasn't, you know, around, or it wasn't very big yet. Now you guys have social media, and it's such a tool to get everything that you want out there. I mean, y'all can just sit there and, you know, have a conversation about your music and stuff, and people will tune in for a live, you know, Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
So it's nice that, you know, we have this technology, and it's nice now that, you know, we can do this. My
Agreed.
dog's in there having a fit. We just got a little puppy pit bull, and she talks back
I
a
thought
lot.
she wanted to be part of the band. I thought she was like, get that daughter in here.
Yeah, she likes to talk back. She's one of the kids, more or less.
There you go. There you go.
So what do you guys look forward to in 2023? I mean, you say you're doing some recording now. I'm sure you're going to release some singles. How about some you know, hitting Philly, or, you know, maybe making your way Midwest a little bit?
Well, we're hoping
Yeah.
to do a mini tour.
Yeah.
We definitely want to go back to New York, probably Philadelphia. We
Yeah.
have a dream of Nashville.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be something we'll look into. And then hopefully some festivals.
I think we love
well.
playing live. I mean, I
We-
think that's
I
like,
think we're fun. We are really fun live.
if you think
We
this is fun, our shows are
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
We'll come to Ohio.
Ohio. Ohio.
Yeah, we're not that far away. I mean, you know, the hour.
Not
Yeah.
even that far.
Yeah.
No, we
College towns like those.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Ohio, like the-
College town.
like-
Little bars.
Yeah.
Side bars.
We laugh because we're planning the
Florida.
Empty Nest Tour 2030. We're gonna play at our kids' colleges.
Oh, yeah.
Weekend.
You're gonna love Parents Weekend.
awesome.
We roll up in the tour bus. Yeah. I think we're excited to play live. I think we get pumped when we're on a stage together, and writing new music is super fun. And so I think recording, you know, we have a great time in the studio, and I really think when we play live, we always learn something else about each other and how we play together. And I think just seeing the reaction from crowds is hilarious. And there's nothing like watching, you know, strangers in the audience start chanting MILF with us at the end of every show. It's just very funny. So
I
yeah,
bet.
we cover some, you know, we cover some greats, like we hook some of the skeptics that might be, some curmudgeons at the bar, and we'll throw in some Judas Priest, and we'll throw in some
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. And so, we
Mix it up.
mix it up a little bit. And we're not the expected all lady band that I think we walk in and people have expectations.
They're like, oh, you're gonna like play like Heart and like
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah.
We like to smash and surprise.
Well, see that, and that's I'm sorry. That's what I was going to kind of say is like when I first heard the song, I was like, okay, it's kind of like an older Heart with some go-go's and a little bit of
I know. That's what they all expect.
and a little bit of Joan Jett sprinkled in there. The lyrics really. I mean, if you listen to your song, which I'm sure you have, but if from my ear when I heard it, it sounded a lot like the older Heart.
Right on.
Older Heart was
Yeah,
more
that's great
rock and roll
stuff.
than what they are now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like
yeah.
that stuff's and it's all it's a now sound too. Like
Yeah.
I mean it's like relevant.
Yeah.
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 I think, for us, whether or not I changed my mind, threw down a gauntlet at one point and said, I'd love for us to cover, bands that we love, but I really don't want to cover female vocalists. Just, I don't want my voice to be compared to them, and it'll never,
Right.
it'll never be that, nor do I want to be just, like a girl band covering some badass lady band. So I want them to shine. And I think it's hilarious and cheeky when we kind of take on unexpected, classics and
Like,
do our,
She
take
does
of
like
it.
we'll do the Stooges and like
like mom band covering Iggy Pop
so
is
good.
like a good hot mess. Like that's good. That's really good. So I think we like to keep it funny and
And it makes us different too.
yeah.
I have to say,
Yeah,
like, compared to other
absolutely.
cover bands or other bands that are playing, we really a little bit. So it's not
Yeah.
always the same songs that everybody's listening to or expecting.
agreed.
So when you guys play a live show, what is typically like? Do you feel the same energy from the crowd that you're giving out?
Sometimes.
yeah. The variability of
Sometimes,
shows is quite vast.
Yeah.
Quite vast. There's
We've
funny
been
on a lot of like you said, you'll like interview anybody. We've we're like, okay, we'll try that venue, and then it could be weird.
That's just
We're
where the
learning.
I know, right?
It's roll deep though, so a lot of people come.
yeah.
Some have a great
Yeah.
following. There's of
Yeah.
course there's been those like weird ones where they're like standing really far. It's the East Coast. People don't like it's not like California. Everyone's all like, yeah,
Right.
just far from the stage. You really got to earn their fucking like trust and be like, come on. They're all like too cool to dance.
But I think we bring the
We
energy
do.
no matter what,
Yeah.
like
We're
And
having
usually
fun
by
no
the end,
matter
everybody's
what.
having fun.
Yeah.
We're all having fun.
absolutely.
We have fun at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got the
Agreed.
rest of them. Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, and I mean, as you said, that's part of your therapy is
Yeah.
is
There you
having
go.
fun. And
Experience for a show is like it's so important and it's so fun for us. We get together and we have like a rack of clothing and we
Right behind.
have our glitter and all the
Yeah.
things that go on. So it makes it more fun too.
It's kind of a
yeah,
glam.
I seen the picture on the press release. I was like, all right, they are figured out.
Yeah, I think we all come from
It's part
that
of the
time of
experience.
like where like performers like perform and part of like we love
Yeah.
we like putting on a show.
Yeah.
All of us,
The theater
So
and the
fun. Glitter.
performance and all of it. Yeah.
Well,
We-
and that's-
Whoever is there to have a great time, whether it's, taking our songs seriously or laughing along with us. Like, I think it's just wanting everyone to have a good time
Yeah,
as
slipping
much
out of
as
our
much fun as we're
minds
having.
and into some
yeah, I mean, you guys seem like that group of ladies that would be like hanging out of the sunroof, going down the Las Vegas Strip and yelling and screaming with the bottles of champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that's there.
But I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's great that you're out there, you're having fun, you're doing something that you love, and you're doing that again amidst everything that you already have going on. And I mean, again, my hat's off to you because that's awesome. There's not a lot of people out there that will have that kind of dedication.
Hard
Thank
working.
you.
Yeah.
Hard working.
Yeah.
So Any way that you can tell me what the upcoming single is called?
Oh, I
I
don't
see.
know. Well, how about this? How about if we don't tell you the name, but we can tell you who we wrote it about? Or should we tell the name? Does it matter?
Doesn't
Go
matter.
ahead. Go right ahead.
Well, it was inspired by a salty crossing guard.
At our
it's
local
salty.
elementary school, and it's a beast of a song.
Yeah.
Such a beast of a song written
Fun.
about a salty dog of a crossing guard at our local elementary school. So, we pull material from what we know. But she's but it's great. It's a solid metal song. And we've played it for a number of people, and they said it sounds like classic Sabbath. So if we can get that across while singing about a salty crossing guard,
Yeah.
we've pretty good.
Yeah, a preview on our
Yeah.
Instagram from a recent when we headlined Asbury Fest. It's
Yeah.
on our Instagram. There's
Okay.
Yeah.
a little sneak-
And how about a release date for it?
We don't know yet. We got to record it first.
Recording
Next
next
week.
week.
Next
on
week.
I would
Wednesday.
say early 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah, early 2023.
What she
For
said.
sure. We can do that. We keep it
Awesome.
coming.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I appreciate your time. I appreciate very much what you're doing. I think it's awesome. I mean, as you can tell, I have like smiled this entire interview. I don't think I've ever smiled that much during an interview. You guys are
Yeah.
definitely entertaining. So,
Thank
Thanks.
yeah, if you guys
Have fun.
can make it out this way at any point in time, would love to sit down and do a live one with you.
Oh,
Great, that'd be
that
so
would be
fun.
Welcome to the
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Columbus is a mecca again for just like out there for music. I mean,
This is a lot of.
Yeah.
Columbus is mainly a hard rock town, believe it or not, but we do have, I mean, I can tell you this much, the Horseshoe, Ohio State football field holds around 100 and something thousand people, and they damn near fill that thing every year with a country fest.
Well,
So
Wow.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
we love music around here. So
Yeah. Awesome.
We'll just take Route 80 all the way and just beeline it to Ohio. We got it.
I've spent quite a bit of time in New Jersey. I had family out there, and I drove over the road for 13 and a half years. So
Right on. Well, let us know when you're in town.
all right, ladies. Well, again, thank you very much for your time, and I
you for
look
having
forward
us.
to the single.
Aw, thanks.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye.